Greetings, fellow cooks. I'm Marcelino Alberni. I want to welcome you to Dr. Flavor. Today we're going to make, as I promised, something that's very tasty that is called chilindron. Now, chilindron is a very interesting Cuban dish. I guess it's a Spanish dish, but it's a Cuban dish. And my mom told me about it because one time when I went deer hunting in West Virginia, the first time that I actually got a deer, I came home and I butchered it and I cooked it up on the grill. I called my mom and I said, "This tastes like crap. How can I make this better?" And she laughed and she said, "You know, my son, you have to cook it like goat meat." And in Cuba, we cook goat meat and lamb, anything that is a little bit, even venison, with in chilindron. And so I did my research, I called back, I made the dish, and it was fantastic. So as I explained, I'm going to make a summary of the ingredients. First of all, I cubed the venison that I had frozen, thawed, and I have over here a few potatoes. And I have over here diced sweet peppers and sweet Vidalia onions. On this side over here, I have my spices, cumin, black pepper, oregano, cayenne, Badia's complete seasoning. And let me say something about complete seasoning. I like it. I use it in a lot of stuff, as you can imagine. But if you want to substitute the complete seasoning, I would use Lawry's garlic salt. Okay, garlic salt is very flavorful. In addition to that, the culantro and garlic. Now, an interesting thing about garlic is that a lot of the people say use fresh garlic, crush it, cut it up fine, and use it. I don't mind using minced garlic already prepared because it's not the only ingredient I'm using. I'm using a whole lot of other ingredients, and as a result of that, I'm not going to change the flavor too much if it tastes a little acid, and that's what the problem with the minced canned garlic is. It's a little acid. All right, so next is the olive oil and the crushed tomatoes and red wine. I like Cabernet, and remember guys, if you don't drink it and you don't eat it, you don't actually put it in anything you cook. Plain and simple, okay? Okay, so the first thing that we do is, as you see here, we have about a third of a cup of olive oil in there. We're going to put it to cook. This is a induction cooktop. I'm going to put it at level 7 to actually get it off real quick. This is about 5 pounds of venison that I'm putting in. And we're just going to do the oil, the venison, and we're going to have that cooking alone without anything else initially. So I got now the venison cooking up. In the oil, and I'm just going to keep stirring it around until it's nice and brown. And then after that, I'm going to start incorporating the ingredients. Okay, so this has been cooking for a little bit. I covered it up because I want to get a little bit more heat in there. And got plenty of liquid in there now that's come out of the venison. And now we're going to start layering in the ingredients. You know, the great masters, Chef Paul Bourdon, always made a big deal about layering your spices, layering your ingredients. So the next ingredient that we're going to use is red wine. And like I said, make it a decent red wine. If you don't drink it, then don't put it in your cooking. So we're going to make about a cup and a half. Of red wine. And we're going to let that cook a little bit longer. We're going to put the top on it. And then the next ingredient will be the tomato sauce. Okay, so as you can see, it has a beautiful color, and it's been pretty much boiling in here right now. So at this point, we're going to put on the tomato sauce. It's crushed tomatoes. All right, and you don't try to spray it all over the place like I just did. All right. So after putting in the tomato sauce, I'm going to start adding on cumin, about half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of black pepper, nice generous sprinkling, maybe a full teaspoon of sazon completo. And remember, Lawry's garlic salt will be just fine there. So we add nothing else right now. We're going to let this cook for about 30 minutes, and we'll see. This is something that we don't actually add water to at all. It's only going to be red wine, the tomatoes, that's it. You know, no other liquids. Okay, so about 25 minutes later, we got this. And I'm telling you, this looks absolutely fantastic. It's making a nice little gravy. Okay, the meat is still a little firm, so we're not. It has to be nice and soft. So now we're going to start adding a little bit more of the other flavors. We're going to add some, once again, about a teaspoon, maybe half a teaspoon of oregano. I like a little cayenne in there, so half a teaspoon is good. We're going to add two teaspoons of cilantro, and we're going to add some garlic, because everything is better with garlic. We know that. So we're going to add about 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons of that. Okay, so we're going to stir that up, and we're going to let it cook for another 15 minutes or so. Okay. So look at this. It's getting really nice character here. Getting nice and thick. So at this point, I'm going to add the peppers, onions, because I want them to actually be fairly soft, but if you cook it too long, it'll dissolve completely. And there's one thing about chilindron is that it has to cook very slowly and consistently. I'm going to stir this up, and I'm just going to leave it alone for a while. And I'm probably going to add another 1/4 cup of wine, of red wine. Okay, so now it's been cooking for a little while. As you can see, it's getting really nice. So let's sneak in a taste here of the sauce. All right, it's looking good. I'm going to put in a little bit of salt, and I'm definitely going to put in a little bit more sugar. And that is pretty much of a heaping teaspoon of sugar, because, and I believe that it needs to be a little bit sweeter. So we're going to, at this point, cover this up and let it cook for a few more minutes, and we're going to see where we're at. Okay, so let's check this out. I just turned off the heat, and as you can see, the meat is starting to break down a little bit. The potatoes are cooked, but not soft or breaking down. The onions are soft. The peppers are soft. I think we're done. Okay, so time to taste this thing. As you see, the meat is soft. The potatoes are done. A nice creamy sauce. This is actually fantastic. Now, you can't rush a chilindron because it takes time to cook. But right now, you guys have everything that you need to make a perfectly good chilindron. Chilindron can be done with lamb, with goat, with venison, with bear meat, with elk, anything that is wild. You can actually make a fantastic chilindron. So I really encourage you to go out there and experiment and try out some of these great recipes. This is Marcelino, your Dr. Flavor, and I want to thank you for participating. And also I want to encourage you to please share this video and subscribe, because you'll get a lot out of it, and you're certainly enjoying it. Take care.